no to me passion. Oh yeah, no to me passion. Fan sababu, no to me passion. Trouble, no to me passion. No to me passion, no to me passion. Oh yeah, no to me passion. You know what make I go before? Then what make I go below? And I want to see where you dey grow. But I go reap waiting and so. Some of them are white teeth, black cats, charlottes. Look then they caclats. They don't come with them by that. Some of them are white teeth, black cats, charlottes. never see me downfall. You know one for make I stand tall. You want for pull me side, like say me na brown fall. If you me destiny, you want for jam all. Some of them are white teeth, black cats, charlottes. Look then they calculates. They don't come with them by that. Some of them are white teeth, black cats, charlottes, subri salads. They don't come with them by that. But not to me passion. Sickness, not to me passion. Poverty, not to me passion. Not to me passion, not to me passion. Oh yeah, not to me passion. Man sababu, not to me passion. Trouble, not to me passion. Not to me passion, not to me passion. Oh yeah, not to me passion. You know what make I go before. They want make I go below. And I want for see where you they grow. But I go reap waiting and so. Some of them are white teeth, black cats, charlottes. Look then they calculates. They don't come with them by that. Some of them are white teeth, black cats, charlottes.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Salon for All and Voice for All Network Television. I am your host, Khadija Tijan Nabi. And I thank you for your patience and please, as usual, help we share wide and far as we get a wonderful woman today with we. But before I get there, I want to tell in a plenty thank you on behalf of the entire team here na Salon for All and Voice for All Network Television as we celebrate 2 years today where we go on the air, but years in existence, which will be a special dedication another day. Today I want to take from this wonderful woman in interview for elaborate on that. So having said that, once again, congratulations to each one of us where they make after God, where they make this platform, and the viewers, the well wishers, them where they help share the flyers, they share the live shows, they contribute, whether it's negative or positive, whether you get any constructive criticism, all that is a blessing for this platform, and we receive all with humility. We hope for do better each day as we gear towards the betterment of Mama Salon. Once again, welcome in all. Sierra Leoneans refer to her as her worship, the mayor of Makeni. Today, we will refer to her as a woman of substance, a virtuous woman, one who is responsible enough to hold oneself accountable. When others throw stone at her for a leak audio that was supposed to be between herself and her husband, she decided to remain humble and made the ultimate sacrifice to come out publicly to apologize to Sierra Leoneans. Today, as we will address the misconception, the misrepresentation, as we sit down with Mrs. Sunkarie Kamara to clear the air. At this juncture, I would like to extend our sincere appreciation to her worship, Mrs. Sunkarie Kamara, for honoring our invitation and for the trust reposed on us to conduct this interview. Once again, welcome, her worship, Mrs. Sunkarie Dan Kamara. Welcome, Madam.
Thank you very much, Khadija. I'm humbled.
You're welcome. You're most welcome. Once again, I want to tell you plenty thank you for where you trust we and honor the invitation. And I can say before even we go into this interview, it is a blessing to know you. I happen to be a stranger in the sense that you don't ever know me. But when I reach out to you from day one till today where we sit on, it was nothing but respect. I'm very much impressed. Thank you so much, madam. Thank you.
You're most welcome.
Yes. So now we have so much to talk about. We're not going to labor more on this leak video because I know there's a lot of blessing where you bring to Makeni. But before we go on to that, you have given us the opportunity for now we ask you some questions. Then we go clear the doubts of Sierra Leoneans. Sierra Leoneans then will agree say, or anybody in the world apart from Sierra Leoneans will agree say, there is no such thing as perfect relationship or perfect marriage. And sometimes when we do go through those rock bottom, it's not really meant for the public eyes. So many are still wondering, how did this come about? But before all that, let's talk a little bit about the beautiful experience of being married. We know saying there's not perfect marriage, but how long have you been married to begin with?
This my seventh year when I get married to Mr. Dan Kamara, and like within courtship for some 8 years before we get married. Um, well,
Beautiful. I don't know, sometimes I get for beer we sometimes if I see say the we get interruption in between. I forgive we as in I know the internet sometimes it can be challenging back home. So having said that, please in a beer with we should in case we they go in and out with the conversation.
yeah, I've been
Yes.
losing about.
Yes, yes, yes. So come on in, madam. Okay, we don't pass that now. What was it like before all this happened? How do you describe your marriage or the relationship between you and Mr. Kamara?
Well, it's been very stable, cordial. You know, we are like friends. Um, until the ugly side of life rear head. But we've been there fine, 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 and we continue for the fine. You know,
Wonderful, wonderful.
this is not just an isolated case.
Correct, correct. So let's go. Now we go back to what happened that day, or when you notice, say, something that was supposed to have been private between you and your husband, don't make to the public domain. How did that news come to you?
Um, I mean, I've been really be taken aback. Somehow frustrated, very sad, and
Oh, forgive me. It seemed like the way how you face there, it cut up, so they're not able to see you.
because of
Yes, yes,
uh,
yes. So what we go do? We take a quick break. Thank you so much, Mr. Asan Conte. We make a comment. I think so. We need able to see your face. So they take a quick break, guys. Please be patient with we. I know we get to that. See how we're able to do that, and then we come right back.
Why you dey wish for see me downfall? You know want for make I stand tall. You want for pull me side, like say in a brown fall. If it me destiny, you want for jam all. Some of them are whitey black cats, charlottes. Look then they can clats. They don't come with them bad that. Some of them are whitey black cats, charlottes. Subri salads. They don't come with them bad that. But not to me passion. Sickness, not to me passion. Poverty, not to me passion. Not to me passion, not to me passion. Oh yeah, not to me passion. Man sababu, not to me passion. Trouble, not to me passion. Not to me passion, not to me passion. Oh yeah, not to me passion. You know what make I go before. They want make I go below. And I want for see where you they grow. But I go reap waiting and so. Some of them are whitey black cats, charlottes. Look then they can clats. They don't come with them bad that. Some of them are whitey black cats, charlottes.
And I welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. And I thank you so much for your patience. And Mr. Hassan, thank you so much where you called that out so that we will not go lost in beautiful face. Welcome back. Yes, so that we land Usa will be don't reach, then we'll go from there, madam. Come on in. So the question where I've been asking you was that when Usa you been there or how you come to find out say waiting me supposed to be a disagreement between you and your husband, a private conversation, don't make an out to the public. Who's how been there where you find this out or how you find out?
Yeah, a friend called me. A friend called me for say, oh, waiting they go on. I been listening to an audio where somebody sent to me, like your voice and the emotions then they really very high. I think, oh, then waiting supposed for be between two people, don't they out, you know? So I mean straight away I tried to find out. But then, just like I say in the video, first for, let me man because I've been, somehow very adamant. For Fen, lasting solution. They feel say, oh, this relative, will be very helpful for, try for calm me down and, make her just too easy. Little you say this person will, well, maybe instead trust somebody else and just give them. Although the person until this moment is still a deny, but not so that important anymore. I think it's important the incident don't happen and I don't come out and make apology. Although I also get a lot of bashing from so many people that say you don't even need to apologize. This is your personal thing, you know. But I also get to look at me being a public figure, a responsible person, a mother, an aunt, a wife, and say, okay, this is just meant for the hearing of two people, when between me and the husband. If there is a third party and then the wider public, they partake in this now, it's not meant for them. So somehow, I come for say sorry. I mean for any discomfort we the audio would not cause anybody. But I've been really saddened, been really saddened. I've been, angry, with frustration double up the more. But I don't even put everything under control.
Yes, that speaks volume of you, Her Worship. For there's some, like I say, obviously that is your own private moment. There's no perfect relationship, and if anybody can get to disagreement at any time, but where the question come in place is that so who made that decision to send it to that family member? Was it your husband or was it you?
The husband
Okay, so
was way, able for like, able for cajole me for, just try to cool down. If he say, oh, this thing don't go beyond them, so like, you trust this person and say, let me get this person for coming. But I think the mistake he did, if I just play him for him, cannot be for, the audio
se-
itself
the
and share.
physical. Okay,
Yeah.
correct.
It's also a learning curve, not for me alone, but for all married couples.
Good. That's another thing I want to we talk about because you get a lot of things that we go educates people like myself and the masses where they will learn from it. But I know say you use the word adamant. So obviously from your submission, your husband obviously when he don't know say he done wrong, he was humble enough to say for acknowledge himself your mistake and only self accountable. And at that time, if they try for calm you down for not able for forgive. I'm correct.
Precisely.
Okay, so not at any time where it been challenge you for say, hey, this and that, or try for do reverse psychology for make you feel more worse than what you were feeling, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So when you look at that, do you have any regret in terms of, where at that time, many go look and say that is usual, it is okay because as women them we emotionally run around all over. So maybe initially go just one thing kind of like try for respond to the apology. But when you look at things now, if you can turn times back around, do you think that you've been just maybe just don't accept and then move forward? How do you think you could have handled it differently, or do you not have any regret in terms of where you be adamant? If yeah, that's the word we use at that time.
Well, yeah, like decide for hold on to my position because I've been one for set a precedent. Say, okay, after this one, you don't go back. You don't go back on the ugly situation. But, little did I know that, it will yield such negative result. That was not the intention. That was not the plan. Like I said, it's a learning curve.
Correct. So now we talk now about trust, and is it necessary, looking at what you go through, is it necessary for now we bring a third party to a relationship? It doesn't matter who the person is, whether it is friend, family. Do you think it's necessary for bring a third party in any relationship?
I not feel say unnecessary.
Okay.
It's man say once bitten, twice shy.
Okay.
If anything happens, so it's not a very trusted person. So which means you trust no one. I think that's our underscore in this whole episode.
Wonderful. So now, unfortunately, what we learned too with other audios them, where some been there at your defense was you been get underlying health issue, and unfortunately, the person in question, where been be the third person, maybe we been they try for bring issue in within you and your husband, we also use some words them against you in terms of your health. How did that make you feel?
No, you see, one thing we always say, I'm a creation of the Almighty Allah. As long as that God make me, mortal man in talk no get nothing for do me. Nobody puts me down. I'm always myself. I've always been the woman that I am. Nothing no they inhibits me, from doing the normal things we are don't they do. No amount of talk that will put me down. I still be myself, and I always they do the things the way I like to do. Always there on my job, and they do the work very very well. So, in a normal way, at times some people want more, but it don't mean anything because not we create we serve, and sickness not in a no shop for buy. Um, when God say you the, get this sick, you will fall ill. Nothing not dey stop am. Not to mortal man will stop am, not to anything, not to his sense, not to his son. So if you believe in that, if you no see anything that this world we get life, it is sick, it is die. We don't see people we you go hear and talk say, oh now all this you don't even tell you keep company. This morning I know week. And you not complain nothing. So these are all, manifestations of the Almighty Allah. Although we no see. Now him get the power. Now him creates me and I him get the power for put me in whatever position where he feel for put me. In whatever situation where he wants me follow me. Now him no more the do. Now only people we get little faith in Almighty Allah. Now then can, embark on them kind funny mischief, thing they do against other people. But rather than that, like you said, me a very strong character. And I know easily they go down road. Say you will take this and say and then you no. You don't put me down easily. So like I say, I'm fine, irrespective of all of those words. If you say somebody that this you and God be don't sign the memorandum of understanding, or say you will live this long, or say you'll be healthy for this long. No. So no. But it happen. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala don't say naso if for be, it will meet you, at whatever point that you life where you want to play. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. Many will agree with your statement. When now we'll go back to Mr. Kamara. Since this incident don't happen, do you see any major remorse from his end? How did they cope about with the whole thing?
Absolutely, because himself like lost words, expect this thing for, escalate to this level. Like I say, we are making amends. This now Mrs. A master business.
Wonderful. How also in a picking them handle the unfortunate incident?
Well, they've been traumatized a bit, you know, and then they're not be like actually happy. Um, but they'll be able to go over it because the thing is, especially me, for me as a woman, and not being at the discipline type, me not to the woman around town, you know. So they see my own reaction, after this whole thing, and then they said, "Calm down," But initially they were sudden, especially with the scandal and everything. But then because, like I say, me, I get a very thick skin, you know. So that one did not further put them down. I mean, then they equally gets them motivation from me to say, oh, this thing, you know, it apply to Mama, but see Mama in reaction, see the way Mama they conduct himself, you know. So like, and that allow me self, for breakdown.
Wonderful. So, you being a public figure, um, how do you believe, say, your husband don't learn from this experience, and how do you believe, say, do you believe in your heart, say, such will not repeat itself, and it go dede for protect your image and that of his and in a marriage?
Um, that's moving forward. Now that's I dey look forward to. Now that's I dey expect, and I believe say now in self a walk forward. Probably we allowed one or two lapses, you know, what happen in the relationship. We end up for consume we at this point. So the beauty is we're able to identify those gaps, and we go see how we go work on them. I mean, we are human beings. I know we'll see it no go happen again. Like you said, there is no perfection in humanity. No relationship, not the way perfect. You must get in, teething problems here and there. But that doesn't mean you're not surmountable. Or that doesn't mean you're not going to allow it consume. Now you're not going to consume it. Like I said initially, this is not a learning curve. Other people will even learn from your mistakes.
So now we talk about trust. Trust, like you say, once it's broken, it really difficult for now we repair them. And then we talk also simultaneously about the words then way people then can say in terms of man then can go outside of the relationship just because they're a man, in the sense that sometimes it's not with any reason or not because of love, wherein woman them then can go out because of not having that lack of emotional support where they necessarily need from their partner, whether it means that in the example of, like, let's say you're not feeling well, or you're trying to express yourself about something where maybe it is of a concern, maybe you not give the necessary support or the attention where you deserve or where you need. So let's talk about that. What's your take on that? And do you believe that once trust is broken, it has for a repair, or do you believe that there is an opportunity for maybe a broken trust can be reconciled?
Well, like I said, we are mortal man. We all are human beings. And say to err is
It's
human.
human, yes.
Forgive
It's
is divine.
divine. I love that.
We, yes, we cool, as if now the world the end because there has been an isolated case and then you hang on to that. In many situations, and if we check, maybe the love not authentic. Where there is genuine love, hmm, you will forgive you person.
Yes.
You will forgive them, and then you give them another chance. And then you look, like I said, you look beside the gaps. Then really, probably we need for reinforce one or two areas. We fail for do. We allow this kind intrusion. You know, so we go look into RAM. I mean, we go sit down. We go do a review. And we go learn. For as long as you get together with your husband or you get together with your wife, una dey learn every other day. Things then they come as a challenge we face una. You know, but una go see. I mean, together una go able for some amount. So you don't mean say because there is this isolated incident, you will hold on to Ram and say, oh, this in fact now the worst crime ever, I'm not gonna forgive, trust will be there. No, 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 no. I think if I do that, then I've been very unfair.
I
You
love
know.
that. So I love the fact that you talk about forgiveness and the importance of moving forward, all positive vibe, right? And then talking about going back to the drawing board. See Usai na go wrong, Usai na go able for, pack up the pieces them together and forge ahead, right? But then at the same time, simultaneously, as we do that, how do we forgive and continue to forgive for the sake of love, for the sake of Allah, but at the same time, wherein your husband don't learn from this and not take you strength, which is the ability to forgive and to love him unconditionally. But yet still, how can he learn from this to say that I should not take advantage of the fact that I have a beautiful wife from the inside out who is my ride or my died, for lack of a better term, we're ready for forgive me with all me weaknesses. But how can I also protect her heart, protect her as an individual, as a public figure, and my family as a whole? Come on in, madam.
Well, I think a Nainga for work on himself, we could just be a helping hand. But that commitment has to come from the bottom of his heart. He force gets to make the commitment, and then me will come along the line for lend a hand for make that commitment hold. But it starts with him as an individual. See, I go find the problem. So you get for say, oh no, I don't go under again. No, I don't put on this again. You know. Then I not me I will turn again for begin bash meeting. I'll be very receptive. Probably, I mean, with all of that, it will be encouraged, it will be challenged, or changing ways.
Wonderful. How do you describe the personality of Mr. Dan Kamara?
Now, a very responsive husband, father, friend.
Is
Um,
is he a good?
Very, I mean, somebody who is full of humor.
Okay. Well, that's
Sorry,
great.
sorry.
That's great. Humor is very great. Yes. Every relationship
Yeah,
need humor. Go ahead, madam. Sorry for the interruption.
sure. Yeah,
Okay.
you know, full of humor, somebody very caring, you know.
Can you, is he an individual that is a good listener? Do you believe that he's a good listener?
He
He is. Okay. Okay. And
listen.
okay. So from your experience being with him as the wife of Mr. Kamara, you can say that whenever it don't go wrong, apart from this will happen, is another ever big enough for apologize, correct?
No, no,
Okay.
no.
Okay. But do you believe this time that like when I would say the apology is sincere, or do you think it's an empty apology? How do you describe this with this incident where it happened?
Well, I no go make am conclusive or say it's sincere or e no sincere. I go still hold am there at the middle because I get for observe and monitor. So the sincerity also depends on in conduct and in attitude towards me.
Okay.
So it will be hasty for me to conclude now.
Okay, fair enough. So based on the action and as you observe, then you go conclude from here on, correct?
Precisely.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Now we talk about the beautiful. Oh, before that, again, like my open statement say that not many, when it comes to being a public figure or when in a hold sensitive or prestige position, not gets the courage for say, even though this supposed to be between my husband and myself, it's supposed to be a private moment. I owe no one an apology. Many go look at as that, but you get the courage. God give you the strength and the courage for say, let me face Sarah Leone and say, I'm sorry. Waiting give you that courage. How did you find that courage within you?
In the first place, like you say, the audio itself and the husband having the address. The mere fact that it will be between we two and then it finding way into the public domain. Therefore, as a leader, as a mother, as a woman, as somebody of flesh and blood, tell people say this not be meant for una hearing. So I get a responsibility for telling them say, it's unfortunate that una don't listen, but not to for una. So the event I tell them say not to for una and then don't listen, I go apologize because of the invectives they were used. Woman, when we have kingdom one, we all kind of people call, we will threaten, we will make this, we will make that, say this, say that, because equally we say for, score good, you
Yes.
know. So I mean that's even confined between we two, for we 2 years only. But then when you don't find a way this way, then I feel say I get a responsibility. See, because sometimes some man just crash into RAM, and just press, begin listing the awful things. So mere fact that it go this viral, I think it's a responsibility for just say sorry for that. I make up tell people say don't even continue to share because it will not do you any good. It is not meant for you. It will not do you any good, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe say that's not the thing.
Okay.
So as a leader, I think when we do things, then because it's also about the conscience, you know. I mean, since I do the open apology, I get a very clear conscience because I not direct am to anybody, not to my husband, I direct. But if by accident somebody happened for bumping into him, then I say I'm sorry. you know, because of the disturbing words the way I use.
So obviously, from your submission, obviously you're not being there at your correct state of mind. You've been upset. You were not your actual self where you been send that message to them. So do you think that we're looking back?
Absolutely.
Yes. Do you think that looking back, you mean any of that, or it was just out of emotion will make you react as such?
You said it all.
Okay. Wonderful. So when this happened, I not being really actually know, I've been deeper one WhatsApp forum, and another gentleman asked me about revenge, but I did not connect the two until days later where somebody bring it up to me attention. Do you believe that you have a spirit of revenge or not necessarily? Things say the internet they go in and out.
Yes, yes. You
Yes.
take for
You there hear
faith.
me? You there hear me now? Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, they
so
hear you.
so basically, like I've been saying, I didn't have one platform where in a WhatsApp platform. So basically, the discussion coming, but at that time I not be able to connect the dots as to waiting they go on. Let me just tag me on the conversation for ask me on opinion in terms of revenge. Do you think that you go consider yourself as an individual with a revenge or not necessarily?
No, no. I'm not the revenge.
Okay,
This, like I say, not to invent you. I think worse things are happening in homes. Worse than this. Worse things are happening in very many areas. You know, I
correct.
think not just me right. I mean, they exercise me right, the authority
Yeah.
as a wife. Now having the exercise to my husband. Say you are being regulated. You not to think we just they go unregulated. Think that was what I was exercising.
Wonderful. Thank you, ma'am. So now we talk about the wonderful city of Makeni, where you happen to be, her worship, and you happen to be the head of that wonderful city. What does Makeni mean to you?
Makeni mean everything to me. Everything. Because na Makeni are born and grow up. I think I only left Makeni when I go university. Because there was no university then in Makeni. Makeni didn't get to university at the time we are ready to go university and not before left Makeni. Makeni mean everything to me.
Yeah.
So in fact, now one of the inspirations because it means so much to me. I feel say I need for come up, not only as a woman, but as an indigene, as a daughter of the soil. I mean, for make million contribution. I mean, forget the platform, or make million contribution to nation building. So now, so I take fend me way into politics, um, for come and see whatever little contribution I will make for me people.
So for we wanna born at that city day, describe Makeni for me, for the audience.
I will start with the peaceful nature of the people and how horrible the people then be. If I'm not a mistake, that the most peaceful town in the whole country. Very, very peaceful. A metropolitan city where na like a mixed pot, yeah, a melting pot. Um, you get people of different shades, different background, different ethnic background, all sort of people. So like it serve as a melting pot now. Now a very beautiful city, You get surrounded by two beautiful hills. One winning Mena, then you get the other one win at the Wilson Hills, win an Insel badge in geography. Um, um, a hill with a flattened top, very unique hill we get. Of course, it made up of um, a lot of inland valley swamps. We get Mokumoku swamp there inside Makeni. Um, people engage in, many economic activities. We get more of petty traders, and farmers. This is not the mainstay, of the people already. And we are about a population of 126,000 people as at the last census. Yeah, because like all other sides of the country, you get the youthful population. We, look at the demographic, youth population every day on the increase. You get a greater percentage of women and children. Like I say, the tongue they grow rapidly. Well, we can always say because every indigenous Makeni, they refer to Makeni as the city of light. But let nobody know jealous me for that too. Because some man can want to take offense, but please don't. Yes, it's the city of light, and it actually they don't position itself, in the development trajectory. It will not take off. Makeni will not take off. We expect say if we, all of them developments and even in the pipeline they continue, the last 3 years. Yeah, we before don't achieve a lot.
Wonderful.
But that notwithstanding, we are a resilient people, being at this time, no matter the condition, they're always ready for, just accept how things can be. So I make us say we are a very peaceful people because of we resilience, and of course we get very big institutions. We get so many banking institutions, so many business outlets, other government offices and parastatals. It actually, um, gets the city. The city looks. Again, the city looks. So I think, again, now the home of Garalapa. And I don't forget this now, something we very, very unique to Makeni. So, we don't talk, be a brief history about Makeni, talk about the tie and die. Yeah. So now a very lovely city. I hope you will find same can visit too.
God willing, that will be excited. Yes. So now we talk before we go into a more question about Makeni. How did you came into politics? And also you talk about growing up, born in Makeni, raised in Makeni, go to school the entire life with the exception of college. Then you decide for move out because there was no college at that time. So when you come back, how did politics come into you, or how did you go into politics?
Yeah. Now a very long story, but I will cut and short. When I graduate from university, I work with an NGO called Action Control La Femme. I worked with them for like 2.5 years, and then I changed job. I switched over to another local organization called Caritas Makeni, and then this has been during the war, period in Sierra Leone. So now, actually, now Caritas Makeni, I have been the program manager for child protection. And I've been involved in, you know, advocacy for the release of children associated with the war, like child soldiers and the separated children. Like for the child soldiers, I'll be also involved in demobilization, and then eventually both the child soldiers and the separated children, we try to reintegrate them back into the communities. So I serve in that capacity until we done, the reintegration program. Then I move over to the DFID Community Reintegration Program. I be also there as a reintegration officer. I be in that position until then promote me to district manager, manage the local district office. So after which I get job with UNICEF.
Oh, wow.
So
Interesting.
I joined UNICEF. I've been recover the Northern Province. We have been based in Makeni, recover the Northern Province and Kono District. So when you look at, the track of all Usai I don't work, just this is have been just a whole package of development experience I get in all of the areas there. So I look myself and say, I mean, there is this office where it require more of development experts, of which, I don't go through all of their experiences and I say, why I not go come forward and lend a hand also towards the people? I mean, if I equipped with all of those experiences and skills and everything, then I need for come forward, so that I will able to help with people. So I don't waste no time. As I get the thinking, I don't waste any time, but for going to the ring, going to the boxing ring, and I go and vie for the position. And then the 7 man not enough with 7 man contest with me, you know.
Wow.
Um,
So out of the 7 man, you're not the only female.
There was another female.
Okay.
There was another female, but 7 male. But I emerged victorious at the end of the day.
Beautiful. Which year was that?
That was in 2012.
So you've been the mayor since 2012.
Yep.
Beautiful. Wow. Beautiful. Wow, wow, wow.
2012, 2013, I take up office.
Okay.
So let's say since 2013.
Beautiful. Congratulations. So, but how often in Akin they can do the election? Is it every 5 years? Like, is this the same as presidential election for the mayorship?
Well, yeah, the one we need to talk now in 4 years actually, according to the local government act.
Okay.
4 years, then we get for you for one term.
Correct.
4 years.
Okay. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So this will be considered your second term, correct?
Yes.
Wow.
Exactly.
Interesting. Congratulations once again.
Thank you.
Beautiful to see that out of 7 man, you make it through. Beautiful. That is all part of women empowerment. I love that. So the other thing where now we go back, I know say you've been mentioned about light, the city of light, as then they refer to Makeni. Unfortunately, we get some unfortunate incidents having to do with killing of we fellow citizens them we happen to reside. Now that town, the beautiful Makeni where you day. Then we talk first about the light before we go into that area. When that the light was removed, right? The extra is it generator? You go kind of like better explain to we before all that. Was that from your own point of view? And please, whatever it is that you are not comfortable to answer today, you can just kindly let me know. Say you did bypass that one, you did decline, and we'll move forward, okay? I don't want to you answer any question we're not going to be comfortable for you, yeah? So whatever it is that's comfortable for you, that is the only thing that I want to know you do, please, yeah? So, we question one no. Did they exhaust all avenue in terms of communication for make sure say then let the locals them the stakeholders as in the people then the residents then they was there sufficient, if not that's not the right word, where the dialogue in terms of making sure that all avenue was exhausted for make sure say the youth they understand say then they can remove this thing before they attempt for removal. Were you also did you have any knowledge also for say them in get for can remove that machine day before they remove them? That's not the first one where I want to bring to you, madam.
Thank you. I don't go deep into details, but
Quite fair enough.
I will just give you a gist. Yes, I received a message from the Minister of Energy. Say it come with a team or come talk to me with respect to relocation of standby generator for just a couple of months. I received them the next day, was on a Saturday. We hold the meeting, well, in Ocam, but he sent the head of EGTC and with the energy generation department, and some other senior, the permanent secretary, and finally the delegation. We hold the meeting, but as fate will have it, we don't talk, tell them, say, we'll be there 1 week and then we will get back to them because we need to talk to the people. We'll get back to them. Saturday, Sunday, I couldn't come down my bed. Just take it seriously. And they try, they try for patch myself. Little did I know, it was COVID. And me get on the line in condition. I think it hits me the way it meets me.
Oh my.
But like for 1 month at the treatment center, I just got some short. Where they say if they are, they say more communication before on the yes, I believe, because if I come to you, I say Khadija, can't lend me that brown bag.
Yeah.
I get wedding on Saturday where I want use.
Yes.
Say, okay, wait me. Let me small sister come.
Within 1 week.
I go, yes. If he ain't not the user for go, so side, then I will make like get her. I think me may request we need them. And I know say I desperately need them. And I know say on Saturday I need them. And I will give you one breathing space. You need for ask your sister if you don't need them. As against the Saturday we need them. I just draw an analogy. Me don't seek and go. And then a treatment center they battle for my life. That's on the lining condition. I'm not even able to now. I didn't on the ventilator for 8 days.
I'm so sorry.
So that thing don't happen. And one of the boys forget the airport open, of which I'm a serious. I was very receptive when they come, get a meeting of stakeholders. So maybe they feel safe. Not maybe they epitomize the office. That office without me, they still function. And nobody but a whole permanent secretary. Now, I think they may get a responsibility or even send one of them staff the way based on Makeni or certain people we have in Uri up to 1 week. No anything from them. Go follow up from the but they never did that. The time elapsed, the time don't almost catch up with them.
1 second. It seemed like your background they get some. Yeah, her worship. It seemed like your background they get some interruption. Will they take a break and then will they come right back? Yeah. Yes.
The people them now Sierra Leone and the diaspora. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Any side way wanna fend wanna safe. Me na Mrs. Sunkarie than Kamara. My attention just don't be drawn to an audio authored by me where they make the rounds on social media. A rather unfortunate, this audio na a very private and personal audio. Where me send to me legally wedded husband than Kamara. I do this audio more than a month ago when I did at the UK. So when I return, the husband try, for talk to me, but as we know, every woman can behave. I decide for be, a bit adamant for accept. So in the quest for make it get somebody we go talk to me and try for make I put this thing behind me. It bring in a relative of his, we share this with you. Little did he know that this relative would betray in trust. This relative na in leak this audio. I dey talk to una this morning na Sierra Leone na Makeni na me os. For Seduya, una forgive me. I dey apologize. For anybody where this audio don't cause discomfort, una find a special space na una heart for una forgive me. These na happenings where it happen to any marriages. Not a novelty. It happen inside. But you're unfortunate that be a private one for let it come to the public domain. It not be meant for public consumption. So do ya. At the big una, anybody will get this audio, make it delete them. You don't get any good way they do anybody. And I feel them because I don't also want to let people listen to it because I'm a child rights activist, I'm a children's champion. So it's sad, it's really sad. But do ya, I they take God, beg everybody will get them. Stop for share them, delete them, and not listen to it. Because not just a personal and private audio. It's rather unfortunate that it don't happen this way. So I want to thank una very much for una patience and let God bless una all. I love una all. Bye-bye.
And I welcome back, and I'm sorry for the interruption. Her worship, come on in. I know say be try for giveaway. For now we just come in. The question we're being asked was that was that enough communication done before attempting for come and remove or relocate the thing we cause with for loss some of your brothers and sisters them. Now Makeni said we try for giveaway detail of how that's go. So come back in, madam. As I left off. Can you hear me? Okay. Seem like in a patient's will,
Yeah.
the internet.
So like I say,
Yes.
there was no follow.
Okay, good, wonderful. Come on in.
Yes. Yeah. There was no follow-up on the part of the Ministry of Energy.
Okay.
Yes. And just after a single meeting, an office said that one day before be enough. Especially when I don't give a time period of 1 week. Say after 1 week when I will read from me office. If I'm not read from the office, there's a chief administrator in the office. You know, you get other people them way come and attend that program, other government functionaries, senior government functionaries in the city. So why would I not even pick up a call? Because sometimes when I've been on the drive for call me, not they get me. Because I was battling for my life, you know, and then a treatment center for more than a month. You see, so it don't happen. Just wait the time down here, time don't catch up with them to open the.
Yes, we hear you, madam. Come
By
on.
time don't catch up with them now for open the airport. At the time and just come, you know, come with security, deploy them, this and so I think you know, somebody may not know misinformed the body say that they can't now they can't thief on a generator, something like that. So the whole incident really very unfortunate with
Okay, so now we recap again. For
so
Ina,
I think that this, you know, not share like we see about that.
Thank you so much. So for Ina, we're not hearing the entirety. There was initial communication with lead by the permanent. You say the permanent. What's it again? What's in be the title again? The person will lead the team.
Permanent secretary.
Yeah, the permanent secretary. Ministry of Energy. Yes, it come in. Then give
permanent secretary.
Okay. Yes, we come and inform them. Say
permanent secretary of the Ministry of Energy.
Correct. We come and inform them. Say then get intention for come for.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then get intention for come relocate this machine. So then the mayor and other folks that we've been there at that meeting, they make and clear say they then give them 1 week for them then get back to them. Unfortunately, during this process, her worship unfortunately become ill. It already gets an underlying health issue, then it come back again, can get COVID, unfortunately. So during at which I see make and clear to now he said they fight for in life, they battle COVID, they battle the underlying condition, and be per ventilator. Then unfortunately, there was they not come back again and try for revisit the initial communication or that sit down I call a meeting where them get as to waiting there for do further. So unfortunately, they just come, they can't take the machine. So now they will left where they get some issue with the internet back home, as in I know. Then now see if we will come back and bring them back. And I thank you for your patience. Will they come right back?
I praise you, tell you take it now.
You never leave me, you never forsake me.
All the things you do for me, tell you take it now.
Even when the times get hard, but you still stand by me.
Jehovah, tell you thank you, them not ever me wonder where don't die. Papa, I did tell you thank you. The goodness and mercy they follow me every day. If not for you, I will cry out for them. Still alive, I'm alive, I'm alive, I'm alive, still alive, yes alive, I'm alive, still alive, I'm alive, still alive, I'm alive, I'm alive, still alive.
Just sync up. I no catch Ebola, but I catch Corona. I no know the owner, but by now you know now. Say the short term, no more way it got to me. Pain them by low way it pass for me. Doctors and nurses never scatter we. If you know to God the power, if you don't batter we. 6 feet below ground, so get dust per we. But I tell God, thank you for me life. Thank you for me wife. Thank you for the people that way put in my life. And motor car bang me and not die. Kidney fail me and not die. Corona hold me and not die. The Lord way I deserve it, they are.
Jehovah, tell you thank you. Them not ever me wonder where don't die. they follow me every day. If not to you, now say I'm for day. Still alive, I'm alive, I'm alive, I'm alive, I'm still alive. Yes, alive, I'm still alive, I'm alive, I'm still alive, I'm alive, I'm alive, still alive.
I'm a testifier. The only Papa God way and the glorifier for the life He give me in this dunya. This I was a blessing where they drop on me body every night and day. I just say go higher. I did eat some macolum, plenty money in my pocket. I this one go long. Then me say I not go better. Hey, you can take it. I come up on the poop poop poop. Thank you Lord, you don't do one for me. I'm not better pass the one where they not much worry. Ebola, Corona don't come, but you still come on me. Baba make I don't say you thank you.
Jehovah, I tell you thank you. Me them no dey pan me one day we don't die. Papa, I dey tell you thank you. The goodness of mercy they follow me every day. If not to you, now say I'm for dead. Still alive, I'm alive, I'm alive, I'm alive, I'm still alive. Yes, alive, I'm still alive.
I'm alive, I'm a survivor. Yeah, yeah, with your mom, yeah, die day. Whether you're not Christian or Muslim, we all get for meets. Papa God one fine day. Corona now woulda send number in. You carry me anti-go, you carry me paddy go. Hey, bo. If not for the love of Jesus Christ, eh. Oh, Corona for don't carry me go, 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 go. If not for the mommy blessing, eh. Oh, una for be don't bury me. Oh, oh, oh.
Jehovah, I tell you thank you. Me them no dey pan the one day we don't die. Papa, I dey tell you thank you. The goodness of mercy they follow me every day. If not to you, now say I'm for dead. Still alive, I'm alive, I'm alive, I'm alive, I'm still alive. Yes, alive, I'm still alive, I'm alive, I'm still alive, I'm alive, I'm alive, still alive.
Hey, from all the troubles that the world we don't come in and go, and all the icky take away don't send many good on. I'm still standing. Oh, Papa, now you. Hey, from all the natural disaster and all the illness, you keep me safe and you render me with goodness. I'm here standing. Papa, now you. Papa, now you. I thank you for the guidance, protection you set me through. Papa, now you.
Jehovah, I tell you thank you. Me them no dey pan the one day we don't die. Papa, I dey tell you thank you. The goodness of mercy they follow me every day. If not to you, now say I'm for dead. Still alive, I'm alive, I'm alive, I'm alive, I'm still alive. Yes, alive, I'm still alive, I'm alive, I'm still alive, I'm alive, I'm alive, still alive.
Jesenko, still alive.
And I welcome back, welcome back. As in as no, sometimes the internet back home can be challenging. So in a forgive way, I think so I will call them short and wrap. But now we recap some of the things that we'll discuss today. First and foremost, we want to send we sincere sympathy to worship for the experience we get with not only underlying condition but also with COVID-19, as we don't make a priority in this platform for educate we've to the very best of our ability. We don't make emphasis on the importance of maxing up, washing hand, using hand sanitizer, taken very seriously. As in, I don't see a living witness when the victim of that deadly disease. So we want to send again words of sympathy to for all the experience we get. We also they wish them very well now in matrimonial home from the things that we learn from, and today we talk about the importance of forgiveness. With forgiveness also comes responsibility. From the one we also do the mistake, where we hope that instead of your learning experience is to also when you apologize is to also mean them sincerely, then not be like an empty apology. We also learn from and say there's no such thing as a third party when it comes to the relationship, because on this with this unfortunate experience with the third party from the in submission, unfortunately make a way for this thing leak. Only God know the fact as to how it go about, but the one person where they no say they share with, and when your husband share with, after I don't exhaust all avenue trying to talk to the wife, and the word we use, she was adamant at that time, so he was left with no other choice for get the third party involved for see if he go able for convincing wife for coming down. So we don't learn to say third party is not necessarily the way out, and also the one the way they judge them wrongly out there. So now we just try for be sensitive in terms of what it go through from a submission, health issue, and then all what was being said about her making fun of a health condition. We also learn about briefly about the Makeni unfortunate incident where happened. There was breach in communication where it could have been handled a better way for save lives. I think we have said that even without us not knowing this fact, it has been redundant in this on this platform. Having said that, once again, I do wish we all a congratulations for making it past 2 years now this platform, as we don't go on the air, but many more years will be on there in existence. And I also look forward in the upcoming days we get beautiful reunion from the folks that we done they interact with for years before we come into existence as Salon for All Voice for All Network Television. Also we go also follow with the then executive of this platform too, we go be God willing this Sunday. And I thank you so much. With a wishing a happy holiday, a compliment of the season. May God make next year 2021 be years of prosperity, blessing, continued blessing, goodness, and his mercy upon we as we enter 20, we say goodbye to 2020 and welcome 2021 with well body and long life. Now once again, thank you guys for all in our support in this platform. God bless we all. God bless the Republic of Sierra Leone. God bless the Republic of Sierra Leone. God bless the Republic of Sierra Leone. God bless the United States of America, United Kingdom, and everywhere where Sierra Leoneans find themselves. And I thank you once again. Bye.
Are you there wish for see me downfall? You know one for make I stand tall. You want for pull me side, like saying a brown fall. If you me destiny, you want for jam all. Some of them are whitey black cats, charlottes. Look then they can clats. They don't come with them by that. Some of them are whitey black cats, charlottes. Subri salads. They don't come with them by that. But not to me passion. Sickness, not to me passion. Poverty, not to me passion. Not to me passion, not to me passion. Oh yeah, not to me passion. Fan sababu, not to me passion. Trouble, not to me passion. Not to me passion, not to me passion. Oh yeah, not to me passion. They know what make I go before. They want make I go below. And I want for see where you they grow. But I go reap waiting and so. Some of them are whitey black cats, charlottes. Look then they can clats. They don't count with them by that. Some of them are white teeth, black cats. Charlotte.
to Salon for All and Voice for All Network Television.